Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show you guys a big time saver. You got to go into Coral. Coral Draw's been a lifesaver. So let's take this image, right? Obviously, we're gonna try to vectorize this. Obviously, it's probably not going to come out very good, but I'll show you a decent way to get there. Let's just vectorize it one time to show you. Yeah, definitely not usable. But what we can do is go into Coral. And I'm not really extensive with Coral, to be honest with you, but I know how to do what I need to do to get it to vectorize, or a good image to vectorize better. And so that's just what I'm going to show you. There's a lot to Coral. I'm sure you could do a ton of stuff. Let's go to import. Let's import the same picture. Right here it is. Go ahead and click right here and plot it down a little big. And then it's going to make me reduce this. Let's see how you crop these things. Crop tool. Go ahead and crop it down where you're wanting. You don't need all that. You don't want it. Really don't need all that. So just get your image. Okay, I hit enter to do that, by the way. Okay, so now we're down to this. A lot of times what you're going to do, if you already got an image that's black and white, what you can do in here to go to trace this bitmap and hit a line. See, it's going to make me reduce it anyway. Let it load up. Now, there's all different options of these outlines. You can go to all these. I'll show you a different one, logo. Let's see what it looks like. See, it's different ways to do it, which the logo, that's actually works out pretty decent there. And you can go in here and adjust all these to however you're wanting and really get a good sense, it puts a good line, puts real good lines around it. So we'll just start with that there. We'll go with that. Now, after you outline it, you're going to have to edit. You're going to have to go convert it back to a bitmap. Okay, with that. Just going to put it right on top of it. See, this will be another one under here. You can delete that one. After you converted it back, I'm going to hit edit. And that's going to open up Coral Paint, I believe is what it is. Maybe. Coral Draw. Here it is. Yeah, Coral Paint. Had to get out of it. Okay. Coral Paint. So go in, hit this little tool, and like this number here you're going to have to play with for sure. But this ain't a bad number here. This is black, and this is just a solid fill. So, matter of fact, why don't we just go to white first? We'll go to white. And we'll do the outsides. Let's see what this does. Too much. See, it's too much. You have to drop this number down. There we go. And that's not bad there. You can play around with it and get it right. You just adjust this tolerance number and you'll figure it out. You get a good setting where you like. But anyway, let's just do a rough one here. And let's maybe do that if we can get to it. Okay. Yeah, I guess I got rid of this a little bit. I don't really like that. But it's no big deal. Go back. Hit your back button. And what we'll do is we're going to do this opposite. Let's start off the way I was doing it here. Tolerance. Okay, let's bump this up a little bit. Go ahead and make that black. Make this black. Make that black. Nope. Let's lower our tolerance here. Nope. Keep on lowering it. Just click that one. Okay, you get the idea. I mean, that right there is the same, but like I said, this is just a quick one. Let's see if we can go and do this. Maybe make this white, make this white, make this white. That, you know, that's going to do all of it. That's going to do all of it. We'll run with this. So I just hit finish. Don't want to save it, sure. Now what it's going to do is after you finish editing, is going to jump back to this coral, and a lot of times you'll get it right. It'll be right. You know, you'll mess around with it and get it all right. But what you can do even now again is if you need to, is you can go through and trace it one more time, because now it's got a little bit more distinct lines to it. Hit OK. Let's see. Oh, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that either. And so you can see when you come in, zoom in close, super nice lines, super, super nice. Now let's export this and go try it again. Yes. Again, this is not perfectly set up, but you can see what's going on. Okay. There's a few different options. Encapsulated PostScript is an option to output it from, and EnRoute will pick it up. But we'll just vectorize this one and see what they both look like. But anyway, what I just do is I choose JPEG bitmap when I'm exporting in Coral, and it tends to work pretty good. Yeah, even as big as this image is, I mean, you can zoom in and see some flaws. It still does. I mean, you can see that it followed my pattern way better than this one, for sure. It picked up all the way around it, and when you zoom in, it's really not. It looks a little rigid, but that's just because I didn't take my time on it. You go to clean this up, and I'll show you how many they have. Let's clean it up a little bit. Oop, that might have made it worse. Anywho, go into Coral, work with it. It's a huge time saver. This right here, I did this. This other one was a flag. I mean, to trace this one ain't bad, but to trace this flag that I was doing would have taken every bit of an hour. And I went through in Coral and did it in about 15 minutes. And when I vectorized it, I had maybe 10, 15 minutes of cleaning up and, you know, making some wider bridges on stuff so it doesn't cut it off. But besides that, it saves a lot of time. It's very, very useful. Let's see here. Let's do. I'm trying to think here what we were doing the other day. I'm trying to look for something I can put some toolpaths in. Toolpaths organizing. I'll show y'all how to organize your outputs here. Hold on. What do I want to do? I want to do something just like a flange and show y'all how it's done. You know what? Why don't we just go through real quick, do a goddamn flange, fuck it. There's a flange tool that y'all probably don't know about. You gotta hold that down. Flange wizard right here. Not always needed. I mean, I don't actually use it a ton, but I definitely see where it could be pretty handy. Come on. flange tool. You got position, number of holes. We don't need that damn many. Actually, let's bump this down to about 15. About 15. Inner radius, 1. Should be 2 inches. Outer radius, we'll bump that up. About 4. Hole diameter right here. And let's see, on center. Now what this is, I think that 2 is the on center is 2 inches from here to where your center, your holes is going to be. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Let's go back down to 2. Yep, that's going to be 2 inches from here to there. So anyway, you can plug your numbers in, make this smaller, bigger, do whatever you need to do to get your numbers right. And then apply. That's just the flange tool. There's a bunch of these tools actually. Some of them are useful, some of them are not so useful. We've actually used quarter rounds. We've actually used the cone wizard right here. I've used it before. That's a cowboy, and that's all it is, just a goddamn cowboy. Anyway, what I was going to show you guys is your outputs. Okay, so let's say it's got something messed up. Let's say I want to cut these first, right? Because typically if I put Toolpath on all this, what it's going to do is go inside this one. Let's say I don't want to do that. Let's say I want to cut these first. Highlight those. To highlight something separate, just hold down Shift. Okay, so we're going to do these. Let's do most common. It's a little small circle. Most common. I want that on the inside. Alright, good enough. And let's go these 2 right here. Now let me see exactly what true hole, 1 inch and up. That's fine, we'll do that for now. We'll do this backwards. I'll do 1 inch and up for the inside, because that's a pretty good for the holes. And I don't need all that, it's just a waste of material right there. No need for it. Right click it, edit. And I'm just gonna put none instead of going through and finding one, no big deal. Now let me see how this is coming out right now. This is a simulate tool up here. Hit play. Of course it's right now. I was hoping it would maybe put it in there wrong. Update, let's go back. Play. Oh, still gonna do it. Object, strategy, object. Like if it was like this, okay? Let's say, because sometimes it'll do it. Oh, okay, of course it's still, I gotta see. Object order, let me go show you. Sometimes stuff will be wrong, man, especially when you try to do 2 separate different tool paths for stuff. A lot of times it won't come out like you want it to. Okay, there we go. That started outside, inside, and then goes around. That's not what we want. What you're going to want to do, something like this. Let's see. Strategy order. You got your tool order, which this 1,000 kerf is for the outside one, and then this one. Priority, strategy, object order. Now I selected this outside. You could do inside out, wouldn't work because it's going to go here first. That's not what we want. We want to do just these. So columns is going this way, rows is going this way, and then the shortest distance. Once the shortest is selected, sometimes it'll bounce around. It's the shortest distance, however, it's got it calculated. It may not be what you're wanting. So for this right here, let's get rid of, let's see, we'll just say shortest. So that's your object order. Kerf, female. A lot of times these will be backwards too. These are backwards like that. What it's going to do is it's going to do this outside one first. And that's not what you want. You want your female inside. So you might have to go through, double click that, pull it up where you want it, update your order, right? Tool order, let's see, kerf, what'd I say those were? This has got the small ones on the inside too, but if it was backwards, switch them around, and then you get to priority. And here's what the deal is. And there's a maintain grouping too. It's for another video. It gets into a little bit more, but the priorities is what the deal is. If I want to follow my strategy, right, because I want to do these insides first right here, then what I got to do is, right now it's got object. Let's see what object is. Object's shortest. Now, you see, if the shortest path starts out here, that's not where I want. And so you go to priority and object's number 1. Well, that's not what I want. Right now, what I want is go follow my strategy. I'm going to go up here. So you need to put your strategy as your first priority. Grab it, bring it up, update. You need to put these priorities in an order that you want them. Next is strategy. After that's tool order, which those two, let's see, we'll switch this one. This is saying do the 1,000 first, update that. And so this is why the priority matters, because if I were to go in here and put this tool, you know, above object or maybe at the top, it's going to do it wrong. It's going to do the 1,000 first. So you want the strategy for this one. We want the strategy. Put it first, update your order. Hopefully this looks right whenever I do this. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what that is. Got to get them right, especially when you toolpath two different toolpaths, like group this one, put a toolpath, do this one, that one, put a toolpath. A lot of times it'll be wrong and you'll output it, and it may not be a huge deal, but it might be a big deal. So it's definitely, every time you go to output something, you can hit this simulate, but you go to output it, it's the same thing. Output right here, same setup. So you always want to make sure and double check that. And it's hot as hell out here, so I'm out.